hello. Now voice is audible. I suppose now voice is audible. Now my voice is audible. Now everything is fine. So we can start the session. So sorry for the disturbance. Today we are going to start our discussion on a very important topic, on a very unique topic, that is our startup and MSME. Okay. Till date, I suppose that you all are chartered accountants, consultants, you all are the management consultants. Okay. I'm in front of those peoples, those qualified peoples. Okay. Although this session is useful for the business class people for planning purposes. Okay. So basically in this session today we are going to discuss on a very unique subject on a very unique way. कई बार क्या होता है एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट एज अ प्रोफेशनल मेरी केवल ये ड्यूटी नहीं है कि मैं केवल उसको दूं. दिस इज नॉट माय होल एंड सोल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. ओके. This is my work. I need to provide the taxation consultancy. With that taxation consultancy, I need to provide something else, something extra. Okay. And when I am going to provide something extra to my client, in that case, I will get something extra. Okay. So that is what is the logic. With that concept, for business consultancy, for finding a new area, for exploring a new area into the practice regarding the management consultancy and regarding the business growth model, we have designed this webinar for 1.5 hours on the topic of startup and MSME. Okay, so this is CS Sachin Jain from Jodhpur, and today I am going to discuss with you each and everything about that startup and MSME. Okay, related to that startup and MSME, if you have any question, if you have any doubt, you are free to raise the questions in the chat box. Chat box is open in front of you. I will try to take the questions in between the session itself. Okay. So it is my humble request to you. If you have any question, you may raise the question in the chat box immediately so that we can discuss on that question at that time itself. Okay. I want that this session should be interactive. केवल ऐसा नहीं हो कि मैं किसी कैमरे के सामने बैठा हूँ और कोई प्रवचन दे रहा हूँ. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. We are going to make this session as much as interactive, and for that purposes I need your support. Okay. You need to make cross questions. You need to give your doubts. You need to present your doubt, your problems in the chat box so that we can connect. Okay. And post session, if you have any practical issue, if you have any practical problem, or if you have any doubt, then you are also free to connect with me over the WhatsApp number. Okay. You had received the joining link over your registered mail ID and also on your WhatsApp number. Okay. So that WhatsApp number is my official WhatsApp number. So there is no issue. If you have any question, you just need to put the question in that WhatsApp number. Will connect with you very soon. Okay. So now, without wasting the time, we are going to start our discussion on a very important segment, that is startup and MSME. पहले एक टाइम था, sir, mode of communication will be Hindi and English. Is that okay for everyone? If anyone has any issue with Hindi, then you may comment in the chat box. We'll convert the same into English. Okay. किसी को इंग्लिश में कोई बात समझ नहीं आ रही तो भी कोई इशू नहीं है. Just comment in the chat box. We'll convert the same into Hindi. Okay. So our target is to clear your concepts regarding startup and MSME. Today we are going to discuss regarding complete practical aspects and complete basics of the startups and MSME. क्योंकि कई सारे लोगों के दिमाग में एक बहुत बड़ी गलतफहमी है कि स्टार्टअप एमएसएमई कोई एक नई चीज है. स्टार्टअप एमएसएमई इज नॉट अ न्यू थिंग. दिस इज अ पार्ट एंड पार्शियल ऑफ योर बिजनेस. ओके. एंड यू नीड टू हैव आइडिया अबाउट दैट स्टार्टअप एंड एमएसएमई एज अ प्रोफेशनल. आल्सो दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड दैट यू हैव आइडिया अबाउट एमएसएमई. विदाउट दैट you will not be able to consult your client into this new area of opportunity. Okay. So this new area of opportunity for our client as well as for professional. ओके. यही वो एक ऐसी चीज है जो बिजनेसमैन के लिए भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्लाइंट के लिए भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो देयर आर टू टर्म्स यूज्ड. वन इज स्टार्ट एंड अनदर इज एमएसएमई. This is also my request to you. Just take one pen and paper so that you can take record of each and everything. If you found any important point or any usable point, you can take that note of that particular point so that you can use that particular note while your practical application. Although the complete PDF file regarding the notes will provided on your registered mail ID by tomorrow. So now, two वर्ड मैं काम में ले रहा हूँ. One is startup and another is our MSME. First question arises होता है कि what do you mean by that startup or MSME? Because in our session in this webinar, I am going to start the session from very basics and we are going to cover the advanced. Okay, how we are going to take the benefit of startup and MSME? What are the benefits under this startup and MSME? How we can avail those type of opportunity, what is the pre-qualification criteria for getting those type of benefits, we will discuss on each and everything. First requirement is that we need to have the idea of that startup or MSME. बिकॉज अगर यहाँ पर कोई बिजनेसमैन आज इस सेशन को सुन रहा है, आज इस वेबिनार को अटेंड कर रहा है, उस केस में उसके लिए पहले ही आइडिया होना जरूरी है कि स्टार्टअप एमएसएमई है क्या. Then after we can guide that particular person that you can avail these benefits and these is the list of the benefit which is available in that startup or MSME. But for all these, there is requirement of the basic idea about startup and MSME. Sir, my voice is okay or there is any issue with voice? I suppose voice is okay at my end because my software is showing that voice is okay. If everyone is facing the issues, then please comment in the chat box. Voice is okay or there is issue? Other participants, please comment in the chat box that there is any issue with voice. Okay, voice is okay. Sujit, please check at your end. There was certain your system, certain settings. We have changed the same. So there is no issue. Currently, there is no issue with voice. So just check at your end. So now, startup and MSME, what is the criteria for falling under the definition of startup and MSME? Before proceeding on that particular topic, I just want to explain the difference between the startup and MSME. So, startup means when I have a new establishment. जब भी मेरे पास में कोई new establishment है, I have a unique idea. In that case, I can suggest my client to go for the startup. Suppose मेरे पास में कोई एक client आता है, client आकर के बोलता है I want to establish a new business for this particular project. Okay? तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं? बेसिकली पुराने टाइम पे जो कंसल्टेंसी होती थी वो ऐसी होती थी कि जस्ट गिव योर आइडिया, वी आर गोइंग टू सजेस्ट यू अबाउट द कंप्लायंसेस दैट इसके ऊपर ये कंप्लायंसेस applicable होगी. If you want to go with the company, in that case this is the list of compliances. If you go with the partnership firm, this is the list of the compliances. अगर आपको बहुत कम compliances follow करनी है, in that case proprietorship firm you can open. Okay, and we are going to suggest that you need to report this type of expenditure, how you can take the benefits, how you are going to prepare your profit and loss account, this is the costing and all those things we was discussing in the prior period. But now currently, if your client is coming to you for starting in a new establishment, then this is your responsibility, this is your work that you first need to guide to that particular client that these are the benefits available if you are going to enter into this particular industry. Okay, you need not to tell him that this is the law and this is the compliance. वो नहीं समझेगा. उसको मतलब है कि मैं इस इंडस्ट्री में एंटर होना चाहता हूं, तो इस इंडस्ट्री में मुझे कौन कौन से बेनिफिट्स मिल जाएंगे, हाउ आई कैन अवेल दोज बेनिफिट्स. एंड थर्ड पॉइंट, अगर वो कोई आइडिया लेकर के आया, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू मॉडिफाई दैट पर्टिकुलर आइडिया, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू कंसल्ट दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्सन दैट यू कैन मॉडिफाई दीज थिंग्स इन दिस आइडिया. ये चेंजेस है, ये आप कर सकते हो, ये एडिशन है, ये एडिशन आप कर सकते हो. जस्ट So you need to consult to that client that this is the modification. कहीं जाकर के उस क्लाइंट में फेथ डेवलप होगा उस स्टेज पे. इफ यू हैव गिवन अ बेस्ट आइडिया इन दैट केस वो लाइफ टाइम आपके साथ में रहेगा, आपको नए नए क्लाइंट्स ला करके देगा. बिकॉज अब अगर आप ये सोच रहे हो कि इफ यू आर इन अ ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस और ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस करके आप अपने बिजनेस को चला लोगे, आप अपनी प्रैक्टिस को चला लोगे, देन यू आर जस्ट गोइंग टू सर्वाइव योरसेल्फ. ओके. So, अभी जो भी मैंने डिस्कस किया that is a complete part of business growth model. Okay, there is a complete concept regarding business growth model, and startup and MSME is a small part of that business growth model. How we can consult to our client to grow their business. What are the area in that particular business? How they can start a new business? How they can explore certain new area in their existing business, how they can horizontally or vertically expand their business. All the things will be covered in that business growth model. But in our today's session, due to time constraint, we are going to discuss only on one small segment, that is startup and MSME. तो हम लोग बात कर रहे थे कि जब कोई क्लाइंट मेरे पास में आएगा और वो बोलेगा दिस इज द आइडिया आई हैव एंड आई वांट टू स्टार्ट माय बिजनेस इन दैट पर्टिकुलर आइडिया. At that time, on the basis of our analysis, on the basis of our knowledge on the various schemes, on the basis of our knowledge regarding the business analytical skills, we are going to provide the solution to that particular client कि तेरा ये जो idea है, you need to make this modification. And if you are going to make these particular modifications, in that case, these are the benefits which is available to you. ओके. सपोज वो कोई आइडिया लेकर के आया, उस आइडिया में वो कैपेसिटी नहीं है कि वो आइडिया किसी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर सके. ओके. एंड टू रजिस्टर फॉर द स्टार्ट देयर इज एन प्री कंडीशन, दैट इज there is an idea and idea is problem solving. So as per your analytical skills, you need to modify that particular idea to solve a problem. Okay, so startup means if a new entity is going to establish a new business, okay, in that case, that entity is go for the startup and take the various benefits. MSME means micro, small, and medium enterprises. There are certain turnover related criteria कि अगर किसी इंडस्ट्री का इतना टर्नओवर होता है, in that case that industry will be fall under the MSME. कई लोग होते हैं जो हमारे पास में आते हैं, उद्यम का सर्टिफिकेट बनाना है, एमएसएमई का सर्टिफिकेट बनाना है, ऑल दोस थिंग्स आर देयर. ओके. सो जब एमएसएमई का सर्टिफिकेट बनाते हैं तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू प्रिपेयर द एमएसएमई सर्टिफिकेट बिकॉज इनकम टैक्स में इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है. बजट 2023 के अंदर ये बोला है कि एमएसएमई के सर्टिफिकेट हर इंडस्ट्री को बनाने हैं, इसलिए हम लोग एमएसएमई के सर्टिफिकेट बना रहे हैं. नो, we need to know that these are the benefits which is available under the scheme of MSME, so that we can consult to our client that you are falling under the micro, small and medium enterprises and these are the benefits available to you. सपोज आप किसी क्लाइंट के फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट चेक कर रहे हो, व्हाइल डूइंग द इनकम टैक्स ऑडिट यू आर चेकिंग द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट और आपको मिल गया कि उस क्लाइंट ने कहीं से कैश क्रेडिट ले रखा है. You just need to ask to that client that what is the rate of that cash credit. उसने बोला 10.5% या फिर 10%, 9.5%. So if you have the idea about the MSME schemes, you can consult to your client that you have a subvention of 6% if you are going to get the approval from the DIC. So these type of consultancy is required while doing your traditional practices. You just need to update yourself to provide certain इनोवेटिव कंसल्टेंसी टू योर क्लाइंट. स्टार्टअप और एमएसएमई का काम करने वाले भी सारे लोग आ रहे हैं, बट वी नीड दैट वी हैव एन एक्सपर्टीज नॉलेज इन दैट. हमको एक स्पेसिफिक सेगमेंट होना चाहिए. हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू एनालाइज द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट एंड बेस्ड ऑन द आइडिया, बेस्ड ऑन द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट, हाउ वी आर गोइंग consultancy and based on that we have designed this webinar on start and MSME. So अभी तक जो भी मैंने आपको बेसिक्स बताया, that is base of the startup and MSME, is clear in your mind or not? I just want your confirmation in the chat box. Time to time, so that I got that idea that I am on the right way. I am on the right track. So now, first we are going to start our discussion on the basics of the startup. सर आपके लिए ये सारी बातें ओके है क्या? जो भी मैंने बेसिक्स बताया, बेसिक्स इज ओके फॉर यू? The initiative was launched on 16th January 2016. That means the startup related initiatives was launched on 16th January 2016. That means startup related बातें यहाँ पर 16 जनवरी 2016 से मार्केट में आई. So for startup registration there is certain basic requirements. We are going to read on that. First, you have the unique and innovative idea. This is the precondition for taking the benefits of a startup. अगर आपके पास में कोई क्लाइंट आया, you just need to demand the project and the complete analysis of that particular entity or the project or the future project, so that you need to identify the idea and you need to identify the problem solving idea. Because स्टार्टअप का बेनिफिट लेने के लिए जो सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत है वो यही है, यू नीड टू प्रेजेंट योर आइडिया एंड यू नीड टू प्रेजेंट द आइडिया इन ऑनलाइन मोड. आपको ऑनलाइन आपके आइडिया का सबमिशन करना होता है. यू नीड टू सबमिट द प्रॉब्लम, यू नीड टू सबमिट दैट हाउ दिस आइडिया इज गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर दैट particular problem and this idea is going to provide the solution for that problem. ये सब कुछ आपको राइट अप में देना होता है. एंड जो स्टार्टअप का रजिस्ट्रेशन मिलेगा, स्टार्टअप का रिकॉग्निशन मिलेगा, दैट विल बी कंप्लीटली बेस्ड ऑन योर प्रोजेक्ट, ऑन योर bifurcation regarding your idea, regarding your problem, regarding your solution. So be ready for that. You just need to prepare. If your client is coming, if your client is coming to you and saying that I have this idea, you need to analyze, you need to prepare. They'll also share the technique that how you are going to prepare that particular project. Okay, but you also need to use your analytical skills, that how you are going to find out the problem and you are going to provide the solution. Second, यहाँ पर स्टार्टअप का रजिस्ट्रेशन लेने के लिए केवल तीन ही एंटिटीज है, तीन ही कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है जो कि एलिजिबल है. देयर आर ओनली थ्री कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस व्हिच आर एलिजिबल फॉर टेकिंग द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ स्टार्टअप. दैट मींस इफ योर क्लाइंट इज गोइंग टू take the benefits of a startup, then there is requirement to consult to that client that you need to go for company, you need to go for partnership firm, or you need to go for LLP limited liability partnership. अब मान लो हो सकता है कि आप कंपनी एमसीए रिलेटेड इनकॉर्पोरेशन और एमसीए रिलेटेड सर्विसेज आप प्रोवाइड नहीं करवा रहे हो, बिकॉज एक बंदा के पास में सारी एक्सपर्टीज हो ये जरूरी नहीं है. ओके, आई एम ऑल्सो एन एक्सपर्ट ऑफ इनडायरेक्ट टैक्सेशन. ओके, आई एम जस्ट डीलिंग इन द इनडायरेक्ट टैक्सेशन, बट while doing the analysis of the financial statement, while doing the analysis of the proceedings, while doing the analysis of the audit and assessment of the clients, I have started my deep analysis on the benefits which is available for the newly established entity in the market. और जब मुझे ये पता चला कि मैं इससे रिलेटेड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट का एनालिसिस करते हुए, मेरे ऑडिट असेसमेंट की प्रोसीडिंग्स को देखते हुए मैं ये पता कर सकता हूं कि कौन कौन से बेनिफिट्स मार्केट में अवेलेबल है और मैं उन बेनिफिट्स को अपने क्लाइंट को दिलवा सकता हूं. इन दैट केस दिस इज यूजफुल फॉर ईच एंड एवरीवन, बिकॉज जो आज ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है इनकम टैक्स की, उसके लिए सर्वाइव करना मुश्किल है. जो जीएसटी की केवल रिटर्न फाइलिंग देखता है उसके लिए सर्वाइव करना और भी मुश्किल है. बिकॉज मैं जितने भी सेमिनार वेबिनार लेता हूं उसमें एक बात बोलता हूं कि एज अ प्रोफेशनल, एज अ चार्टर्ड, दिस इज नॉट अवर ड्यूटी टू फाइल द रिटर्न्स. ओके, वी आर हियर टू प्रोवाइड द कंसल्टेंसी. जब हम हमारे ट्रेडिशनल काम को करते हुए अपने क्लाइंट को कुछ बेटर करने की कंसल्टेंसी प्रोवाइड करवा सकते हैं, इन दैट केस दिस विल द बेस्ट वे. So, if you are not doing the work related to MCA compliances, you need to take the expert consultancy. Okay, and आपको उसमें बाइफर्केशन करना होगा कि अगर ये वाला क्लाइंट का ये वाला प्रोजेक्ट हम लोग कंपनी की तरह स्टार्ट करें तो ये बेनिफिट्स हैं, ये उसके लॉसेस हो सकते हैं. If we are going with the partnership firm, in that case, these are the benefits, these are the losses. If we are going to open the limited liability partnership, these are the benefits, these are the losses. We need to identify each and everything, and after that, we need to consult to our client. Okay. Our today's session is completely based on the business growth model. Okay. यहाँ पर एक 3 दिन का कंप्लीट प्रोग्राम होता है ऑन बिजनेस ग्रोथ मॉडल. उसके 2 घंटे में आपको निकाल करके यहाँ पर प्रेजेंट कर रहा हूं. ओके, सो देन these two things are required. One is your innovative idea. Second is your registration as a company, partnership and LLP. Now you need to go for the startup registration. Startup की वेबसाइट है. We'll discuss on that website as well. You just need to log in on that particular website. You need to submit the supporting documents regarding your incorporation, regarding your idea. You need to submit the complete representation. You need to submit the basic KYC documents on that startup portal. After submission of all these portal, department is going to scrutinize your application. Department is going to scrutinize your proposal, your project, your idea, that your idea have the capacity to solve an identifiable problems. In that case, if department is going to satisfy with that, then they can give you the startup recognition. Okay, so we have a company that is Batu Consultancy and Networking Private Limited. This company is also registered under startup. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि Batu Consultancy and Networking Private Limited is just going to provide the financial consultancy. इसमें क्या innovative है? But the complete startup registration is based on your proposal. हमने उनके सामने proposal रखा, उसमें problem रखी और problem का idea रखा. So एक financial consultancy firm को भी startup का registration मिल गया. So everything is based on your idea and the problem and the solution. Next, to avail the benefits. कई लोग क्या होते हैं केवल स्टार्टअप का रजिस्ट्रेशन ले लेते हैं, but they are not going to take any benefit from the market or from the government schemes. So for taking any type of benefits regarding the government scheme, you need to take one recognition, that is DPIIT recognition, Department for Promotion of Industry and International Trade. If you are going to take the recognition of DPIIT, in that case, government will going to promote your business on the government. Also, you can recognize your business internationally because the particular website is going to float internationally in the international market. Government is going to organize multiple number of exhibitions and international trade fairs. Your business can participate in those trade fairs and international webinars, seminars, so that you can make your business identifiable. So this recognition is very much required, and also to take the taxation exemptions, this recognition is required. Now, एक बार आप रजिस्ट्रेशन हो गया, DPIIT में रजिस्ट्रेशन हो गया, in that case you need to suggest your client regarding patent, trademark and funding. सर आप देख रहे हो मैं आपको फेज्ड वे में बता रहा हूं. फर्स्ट यू नीड टू हैव योर आइडिया, सेकंड यू नीड टू इनकॉर्पोरेट द कंपनी, थर्ड यू नीड टू गो फॉर द स्टार्टअप रजिस्ट्रेशन, आफ्टर स्टार्टअप रजिस्ट्रेशन यू नीड टू गो फॉर द DPIIT रिकॉग्निशन, एंड आफ्टर दैट सब कुछ एस्टैब्लिश हो गया. इन दैट केस यू नीड टू सजेस्ट योर क्लाइंट दैट यू शुड टेक द पेटेंट एंड ट्रेडमार्क, बिकॉज दिस इज ऑल्सो एन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग टू एस्टैब्लिश द प्रोडक्ट इन द मार्केट. जब ये सारी कंसल्टेंसी इस पर्टिकुलर वे में आप अपने क्लाइंट को दोगे, इन दैट केस आफ्टर 1 to 2 years जब उसका मार्केट में बेस स्ट्रांग हो जाएगा, तब वो आपको याद करेगा कि यार वो कंसल्टेंसी दी थी, एक स्टैंडर्डाइज वे में मुझे कंसल्टेंसी मिली थी. सो इफ you got the recognition in DPIIT and startup registration, in that case there is special discount in case of patent and trademark registration. You just need to pay the fees of 20% or 50% of the specified fees. That means in case of trademark, if the fees is 4,500, in that case you need to pay just only 2,250 rupees for the registration if your business is recognized as a startup registration. आफ्टर दैट यू नीड टू गो फॉर द फंडिंग. कई लाख क्या होता है बिजनेस चालू बाद में करते हैं, दे आर फर्स्ट आस्क फॉर द फंडिंग. सो यू नीड टू connect to your client, suggest to your client कि we'll talk on that funding aspect after our all registrations. और इस कंप्लायंस कॉस्ट में कोई ज्यादा एक्सपेंडिचर, ज्यादा पैसा नहीं लगता है. इस एक्सपेंडिचर में जस्ट द फीस ऑफ द प्रोफेशनल इन्वॉल्व. नाउ वन रजिस्टर्ड ऑफिस इज इंडिया इज रिक्वायर्ड. नाउ idea should be problem solving because startup are for solving the problem. Turnover should not exceed 100 crore. जैसे ही आपका टर्नओवर 100 करोड़ से ऊपर निकलेगा, खत्म हो जाए. So this is the step to take the benefits of the startup. This is the steps to take the registration of the startup. So the basics of the startup is okay for each and everyone. I just want your confirmation in the chat box. देखो बॉस, लाइव के पार्टिसिपेंट से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। देयर इज रिक्वायरमेंट दैट जो भी यहाँ पर पार्टिसिपेंट्स लाइव है, दे शुड बी एक्टिव। सो आई जस्ट वांट एक्टिवनेस फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ यू। जितनी एक्टिवनेस आप में होगी, शायद उतना ही अच्छा प्रेजेंट मैं आपके सामने कर पाऊंगा, उतने ही अच्छे से बेनिफिट्स मैं आपको बता पाऊंगा। सो आई जस्ट वांट दैट यू शुड गिव योर 100% so that I can give my 100%. नाउ बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द स्टार्टअप। अब आप बोलोगे कि सर हमने कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट कर दी, हमारे क्लाइंट ने वहां पर जो है स्टार्टअप में रजिस्ट्रेशन ले लिया, डीपी आईआईटी रिकॉग्निशन ले ली, ट्रेडमार्क ले लिया, पेटेंट ले लिया, देन हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू कन्विंस अवर क्लाइंट रिगार्डिंग द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ स्टार्टअप? सो बिकॉज अगर किसी क्लाइंट को कंसल्टेंसी देनी है, इन दैट केस वी नीड टू सजेस्ट द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ दैट कंसल्टेंसी एज वेल। सो द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द स्टार्टअप रजिस्ट्रेशन इज: first, self-certification for 6 labor laws and 3 environmental laws. If the industry is related to the manufacturing process, in that case, there are certain environmental laws are there. And in case of industry, manufacturing industry, there are ESI, PF and gratuity. All these things are also available or applicable for taking the ESI, PF and gratuity registration, provident fund registration. There is physical verification is also required. But if your industry is falling under the definition of startup, in that case, there is no requirement of physical verification for 3 years in case of all labor laws and environmental laws. And also there is no requirement of any certification from the authority. Your self-certificate will be sufficient in case of startup and MSME. So this is also the biggest benefit. बिकॉज जब कोई बंदा नई इंडस्ट्री ओपन करता है, इन दैट केस दैट पर्सन रिक्वायर्ड सर्टेन बेनिफिट्स रिलेटेड टू द कंप्लायंसेस। यहाँ पर अगर आपको पहला बेनिफिट ही कंप्लायंसेस में मिल रहा है, इन दैट केस दिस इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट फॉर अस। हॉलिडे पीरियड टिल 31 मार्च 2024, 31 मार्च 2024 तक 1 रुपए का भी टैक्स नहीं देना है। दैट मीन्स इफ यू आर गोइंग टू प्लान a new industry for this year, in that case also there is no taxation for this particular year, that is 23-24। एंड हो सकता है गवर्नमेंट इस टाइम लिमिट को और भी एक्सपांड कर दे, बट नाउ द टाइम लिमिट फॉर द हॉलिडे इज 31 मार्च 2024। दैट मींस आपका जितना भी प्रॉफिट होगा उसके ऊपर कोई भी यहां पर गवर्नमेंट जो है टैक्स नहीं लेने वाली है। इसी के साथ सेट ऑफ एंड कॉरी फॉरवर्ड, हम सबको पता है if I am going to establish a new entity, new business, then there is certain losses in the initial period. In case of startup, if my entity is registered as a startup, in that case, I can carry forward and set off the losses for next 10 years. That is what is an specific thing available for the startup and registration. Suppose करो ना, financial statement we are going to prepare. If we are going to plan certain things, and if we are going to plan the purchasing, if we are going to plan the capital investment, if we are going to plan the manufacturing process, and if there is any losses during the first 2 to 3 years, in that case, if the business is registered as a startup, we can carry forward and set up those losses for next 10 years. That is what is also an opportunity available in case of a startup. You can also take the benefit of best intellectual property services. We had already covered intellectual property services means the patent and copyright. If you want the registration for the patent and copyright, in that case, you can avail those services at a concessional rate. Now, ये सब करने के बाद you need to attract your client. अगर आप काम नहीं भी कर रहे हो स्टार्टअप और एमएसएमई का, there are 4 to 5 websites related to these things. Okay, I will share you the list of those websites also, and we are also going to discuss on those website itself. You just need to log in on those websites and you need to check that what are the benefits available on those websites, so that you get the idea in a very unique manner that these are the benefits available in the market. There are an specific portal is available for the funding to attract investors. You just need to present your idea on that particular portal, and government is going to float that idea in between the various investors. और अगर वो investor में से किसी investor को आपका idea पसंद आ गया, in that case you need not to take any loan from the banking institution. You can directly get the funding from those investors. मार्केट में कई सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो केवल इन्वेस्टमेंट के ऊपर प्लान करते हैं. दे आर जस्ट गोइंग टू प्लान फॉर द इन्वेस्टमेंट फंडिंग इन केस ऑफ स्टार्टअप एंड एमएसएमई एंड दे आर गोइंग टू अर्न अ गुड अमाउंट. सो वी नीड टू डिसाइड दैट उनमें से किस एक छोटे से एरिया को हमको हमारा प्रोफेशन बनाना है विथ योर ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस. मैं आपको ये नहीं कह रहा हूं कि यू नीड टू ड्रॉप योर ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस. विथ योर ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस यू नीड टू सेलेक्ट एन इनोवेटिव आइडिया सो दैट यू कैन अट्रैक्ट न्यू क्लाइंट्स. And if there is any restriction on our old practices, traditional practices, in that case also we have a backup plan. Now, maximum timeline for which company can regarded as an startup. So 10 year for the incorporation and turnover up to 100 crore. जब तक ऐसा होता है तब तक मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, स्टार्टअप के बेनिफिट्स अवेल कर सकता हूँ whichever is earlier. जैसे ही मेरा टर्नओवर 100 CR को क्रॉस कर गया, I will not be eligible to take the benefits of startup. But 10 year is also there. 10 year or 100 CR, whichever is earlier. Now there are two specific funding schemes available for the startup. I am not talking from the point of view of our banking schemes. I am just going to talk from the point of view of schemes which is available on the MA startup portal itself. There are two schemes available which are really very much famous. One is our fund for the startup scheme and second is startup इंडिया सीड फंड स्कीम. सीड मतलब बीज. जब वो स्टार्टअप कोई छोटा छोटा सा स्टार्टअप है, जब उसने अपना काम स्टार्ट किया है, at that time that business required certain investment, required certain capital investment, certain plant and machine related state investment, और उसको कैसे अरेंज करना है. For that purpose there is a scheme available on the startup portal, that is startup India seed fund scheme. So ये तो था सारा का सारा बेसिक्स, सारे के सारे बेनिफिट्स. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द वेरियस स्कीम्स व्हिच इज अवेलेबल फॉर द स्टार्टअप इन इंडिया एंड देन आफ्टर वी आर गोइंग टू मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, दैट इज अवर MSME, माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस. व्हाट इज द रिलेवेंस ऑफ द उद्योग रजिस्ट्रेशन, उद्यम रजिस्ट्रेशन. वी आर आल्सो गोइंग टू डिस्कस ऑन दैट एंड वी आर आल्सो गोइंग टू डू द प्रैक्टिकल टूर ऑफ द वेबसाइट्स व्हिच इज अवेलेबल फॉर द स्टार्टअप्स एंड MSME. Now first, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. Easy availability of capital is essential for entrepreneurs at the early stage of growth. जैसा कि मैंने बोला था, when I am going to start my business, at that time I need certain fund for my capital investment, for my establishment, for my physical infrastructure, for my bulk buying. All those things के लिए I required a certain fund. So there is a specific scheme available on the Startup India portal, that is Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. The capital required at this stage often present a make or break situation for the startup with good business idea. Because suppose if I have an idea but I have no funds, in that case there is a requirement of certain schemes to provide me an efficient fund. क्योंकि अगर मेरे आइडिया को वहां पर फंड नहीं मिला तो उस केस में मुझे या तो बिजनेस बंद करना पड़ेगा या फिर मैं जिस लेवल पे उस बिजनेस को लेके जाना चाहता हूं मैं उस लेवल पे नहीं लेके जाऊंगा. दैट इज मेक और ब्रेक सिचुएशन होती है, इनिशियल सिचुएशन. सो फॉर दैट पर्पस दिस स्कीम इज देयर फॉर द फंडिंग. The scheme aims to provide the financial assistance to the startup for proof of concept, prototype development, product trials, market entry, and commercialization. Rupees 945 crore has been sanctioned under the SISFS scheme for the period of 4 years starting from 2021-22. It will be support an estimated 3,600 entrepreneurs through 300 in the next 4 years. That means there is a fund which is available, that is 945 करोड़ रुपए का फंड यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है फॉर द सीड फंड. एंड दिस फंड इज फॉर योर मार्केट ट्रायल, फॉर योर प्रोडक्ट ट्रायल, फॉर योर मार्केट एंट्री, फॉर योर प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट. इन सबके लिए आपको वहां पर पैसा मिल रहा है. यू जस्ट नीड टू प्रेजेंट योर आइडिया, यू जस्ट नीड टू प्रेजेंट योर बजट. ओके, योर बजट शुड बी इफेक्टिव. कई बार क्या होता है, मेरे को स्टार्टअप का रजिस्ट्रेशन मिल गया बट आपके पास में अगर कोई प्रॉपर प्लानर नहीं है, अगर आपने बजट को प्रॉपरली डिजाइन नहीं किया, एंड इफ यू आर गोइंग टू सबमिट दैट पर्टिकुलर बजट टू द अथॉरिटी एंड इफ अथॉरिटी इज नॉट गोइंग टू सेटिस्फाई विथ योर बजट, इन दैट केस दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू इश्यू द फंड. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो एन रिक्वायरमेंट. मैंने बोल दिया फंड मिल जाएगा, कल को आप आकर के ब्लेम कर दो कि फंड नहीं मिला. फॉर द फंडिंग देयर इज रिक्वायरमेंट दैट योर बजट शुड बी इफेक्टिव. आप वहां पर जो भी एक्सपेंडिचर नोट करवा रहे हो वो सारे एक्सपेंडिचर एफिशिएंट होने चाहिए. आप ये बता रहे हो मुझे मार्केट एंट्री के लिए इतना पैसा चाहिए, मुझे यहाँ पर प्रोडक्ट ट्रायल के लिए इतना पैसा चाहिए, मुझे प्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट करने के लिए इतना पैसा चाहिए, दिस इज माय कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट. उन सबके पीछे सपोर्टिंग होने चाहिए, उन सबके पीछे लॉजिक होने चाहिए, so that you can get the benefit of this startup India seed fund scheme. Next, fund of fund for startup scheme. The government has established FFS with corpus of 10,000 crore to meet the funding need of startup. This is the scheme which is this scheme will give you the fund in between the startup प्रोसेस. ओके, दैट मींस आपने स्टार्टअप में रजिस्ट्रेशन कर लिया, आपने स्टार्टअप में बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर दिया. आफ्टर स्टार्टिंग योर बिजनेस, आफ्टर योर इनिशियल फेज, वही जब आपका सेचुरेशन होगा या फिर जब आप ग्रोथ की तरफ हो गए, एट दैट टाइम इफ यू रिक्वायर एनी फंड, इन दैट केस यू नीड टू गो विद द फंड ऑफ फंड्स फॉर स्टार्टअप स्कीम. DPIIT is the monitoring agency and Small Industrial Development Bank of India is the operating agency of FS. That means if you want to get the fund from this fund of funds scheme, in that case you need to take permission from the DPIIT. Okay, because there is an authority, and which authority is going to monitor all those things. They are going to approve your thing. SIDBI is going to give you the fund. The total corpus fund is 10,000 crore rupees in that case. Now, ease of procurement. In case if your business is going to register as a startup, in that case there is one important portal is available, that is government e-marketplace. And on that particular platform, you can run your products, you can run your services, you can run your advertisements related to your products, related to your services, related to your business. And this portal is internationally recognized. Okay, अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट सर्विसेज इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे फॉल करते हैं, इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे फ्लोट करते हैं, इन दैट केस योर प्रोडक्ट, योर बिजनेस, योर सर्विसेज विल बी रिकॉग्नाइज्ड थ्रू आउट द इंडिया and also outside India. That is what is the benefit, so that you can easily procure other things, required things for your business from that particular portal itself. Next हम लोगों ने already discuss कर लिया self certification under the labor laws, income tax exemptions, faster exit for the startup. If you establish a business and if you are not going to success in that particular business, if you want to एग्जिट फ्रॉम दैट बिजनेस, इन दैट केस मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर्स ने भी बोला है कि अगर कोई बिजनेस स्टार्टअप में रजिस्टर्ड है, अगर वो अपने बिजनेस से एग्जिट होना चाहता है, इन दैट केस देयर इज मैक्सिमम टाइमलाइन ऑफ 90 डेज. दैट मींस 90 डेज के अंदर वो उसका बिजनेस को वाइंड ऑफ कर सकता है. और मैक्सिमम उन्होंने यहाँ पे उसको बोल दिया कि अदर कंपनीज के लिए 180 डेज के अंदर वो जाकर के उसके बिजनेस को वाइंड ऑफ कर सकते हैं. अभी हम लोग बात कर रहे थे patent, copyright, trademark. I will also share you the uniqueness of the patent, trademark and copyright as well. But there is a specific fees reduction, that is in case of startup provided 80% rebate in filing of patent and 50% rebate in trademark. Suppose in case of patent the fees is 10,000 rupees, then you just need to pay 2,000 rupees and your product will get the patent as well. So that is what is the benefit also. जहां पर ट्रेडमार्क को लेने के लिए मुझे 6 से 7 से 8 महीने लग जाते हैं, if my business is registered as a startup and as a startup if I am going to apply for the trademark, in that case the trademark will be allotted within 2 to 3 months or within 1.5 months. This is also the probability which is available for the startup industry. Now, स्टार्टअप इंडिया हब, गवर्नमेंट हैज ऑल्सो लॉन्च्ड दिस हब. इस हब के अंदर कई सारे मेंटर है, कई सारे इन्वेस्टर है, कई सारे फंड है. कहते हैं ना, गवर्नमेंट हैज क्रिएटेड वन पुल of all the experts, so that if you need any help you can get the help from the startup India hub. If you require the investment, the investors are also there. If you require any help regarding the corporate matters, in that case corporate matters are there. If you want to any help regarding the governmental matters and litigation, in that case government bodies are also there. You can directly take the help from all these things. और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात, किसी भी चीज के लिए आपको फिजिकल यहाँ पर चक्कर काटने की जरूरत नहीं है. ऑल द थिंग्स आर अवेलेबल ऑन द पोर्टल एंड दे आर ऑल्सो गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड यू द रिप्लाई विद इन द सफिशिएंट अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम, because Ministry of Finance is also going to monitor this startup platform. So अभी ये वाला एक ऐसा सेगमेंट है जिसके ऊपर सब कुछ ऑनलाइन हो रहा है एंड दे आर ऑल्सो गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड द सॉल्यूशन विद इन द स्पेसिफाइड टाइम. इंटरनेशनल एक्सेस टू द इंडियन स्टार्टअप्स, अभी गवर्नमेंट की 11 कंट्रीज के साथ में यहाँ पर ट्रीटी साइन हुई है और हम लोग इंटरनेशनली ट्रेड कर सकते हैं, ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस को डेवलप कर सकते हैं इफ द एंटिटी इज रजिस्टर्ड एज अ स्टार्टअप. So this has been done through the international government to government partnerships, participation in international forum, hosting of global event. The Startup India has launched BRICS with 11 countries that provides a soft landing platform for startup from the partner nation and add in promoting cross collaborations. That means if you want to start any branch at any foreign location, suppose Batu Consultancy and Networking Private Limited is going to provide the foreign consultancy and foreign accounting services. In that case, there is requirement of any branch in the foreign country. और जब वहां पर उस कंट्री के अंदर मेरे को कोई ब्रांच की रिक्वायरमेंट है, at that time, if I am going to establish the branch in these 11 countries, in that case there is prior duties already exist. So मुझे यहाँ पर कोई क्रॉस बाउंड्रीज की कोई भी लिमिटेशन को फॉलो अप और फुलफिल करने की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, बिकॉज माय एंटिटी इज ऑलरेडी रजिस्टर्ड एज अ स्टार्टअप. सो दैट इज व्हाट इज आल्सो एन इंपॉर्टेंट बेनिफिट व्हिच इज आल्सो अवेलेबल अंडर द स्टार्टअप गेम. सो हम लोग डोमेस्टिकली बिजनेस कर सकते हैं. इफ अवर क्लाइंट इज रिलेटेड टू एक्सपोर्ट एंड इंपोर्ट, यू जस्ट नीड टू मेक सर्टेन चेंजेस इन द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस एंड विद दैट इफ यू आर गोइंग टू एस्टैब्लिश अ न्यू एंटिटी, in that case you can take the benefit of domestic market as well as for international market, but everything we need to plan according to the nature of the industry. That means we can plan, we can take the benefits for the startup for the existing industries as well. Just we need to make certain changes in the manufacturing process. Just we need to make one idea. Just we need to make the problem solving technique so that we can take the benefit of that as well. Also, government is going to announce national startup award yearly. If your startup is going to perform extraordinary during the year, in that case government is going to provide you that award. Also, government is going to give you certain specific funding schemes. Also, government will going to promote your product on the GEM portal with an extraordinary efforts. All these benefits are also available of this national startup award. So these are the benefits which is available under the startup. So I just want your confirmation from each and every person that the start related points, the basics, the benefits and the fund scheme and fund for fund scheme is okay for you. We're going to discuss on the practical aspects as well, but आपके दिमाग में ये concept clear हुआ कि basic ये है क्या चीज. Just provide me your reply in the chat box. I am waiting for your reply. सो अभी तक हम लोगों ने जो भी एनालिसिस किया उससे हमको ये पता चला कि व्हाट इज द बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ टेकिंग द स्टार्टअप रिकग्निशन. सो द फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट इज problem and the solution technique. The second requirement is LLP company or partnership firm, and the third requirement is new business or up to 10 years I can take the benefits related to that startup. Now we are going to start our discussion on the micro, small and medium enterprises. So first मुझे ये तो पता चले कि what is the limit to take the benefits of micro, small and medium enterprises and what is the definition of micro, small and medium enterprises. बिकॉज कई बार इनकम टैक्स में भी हम लोग 3CD की रिपोर्ट फाइल करते समय वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ डिटेल्स इन दैट 3CD फॉर्म एज वेल. So we need to be very much careful that the particular industry is falling under the definition micro, small and medium enterprises or not. We need to confirm that particular point as well. So, manufacturing enterprises and enterprises rendering the services, in that case, investment in the plant and machinery or equipment not more than 1 crore rupees and the turnover not more than 5 crore rupees. That means investment in the plant and machinery is not more than 1 crore and annual turnover not more than 5 crore rupees. In that case, that industry will be covered under the definition of micro enterprises. There are list of benefits available in case of micro, small and medium enterprises. We just need to decide that the particular client is falling under the micro, small and medium, and accordingly we can take the benefits. Banking benefits are also available, funding benefits are also available, litigation related benefits are also available. Investment in plant and machinery or equipment not more than 10 crore rupees and the annual turnover not more than 50 crore rupees. In that case, that industry will be covered under the small enterprises. And if the investment in the plant and machinery is not more than 50 crore rupees and if the turnover is not more than 250 crore rupees, in that case, that industry will be considered as the medium enterprises. That means there are three type of enterprises available under the MSME. First is micro, 1 crore and 5 crore. Second is small, 10 crore and 50 crore. And third one is medium, 50 crore and 250 crores. This is the requirement. Now, कोई इंडस्ट्री एज अ एमएसएमई रिकॉग्नाइज हो गई, इन दैट केस क्वेश्चन अराइजेस व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ दैट एमएसएमई रजिस्ट्रेशन. बिकॉज कई बार क्या होता है, हम हमारे क्लाइंट को बोलते हैं कि एमएसएमई रजिस्ट्रेशन इज मैंडेटरी, यू नीड टू टेक द रजिस्ट्रेशन. कई बार बैंक वाले भी उसको बोलते हैं कि एमएसएमई रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना जरूरी है इफ यू आर गोइंग टू टेक द लोन. इन दैट केस देयर इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ एमएसएमई रजिस्ट्रेशन. क्लाइंट हमको आकर के बोलता है, क्लाइंट हमको आकर के बोलता है कि सर आई वांट टू टेक दैट एमएसएमई रजिस्ट्रेशन, उद्यम रजिस्ट्रेशन, सो यू नीड टू टेक दैट. ओके, और कभी हमसे क्लाइंट पूछ ले व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट अवेलेबल इन दैट एमएसएमई, वी आर गोइंग टू से दैट दिस इज द बैंकिंग रिक्वायरमेंट. सो नॉट डू दिस थिंग, वी हैव सर्टेन बेनिफिट्स ऑफ दिस एमएसएमई रजिस्ट्रेशन. There is no one platform is available for the MSME benefits. There are 4 to 5 websites are there, and you need to search all those websites for different benefits. Because if you want to run your product on the GEM portal, in that case there is a separate website. If you want to take funding, in that case there is a separate platform. If you want to take the investor fund, in that case there is another platform. If you want the seed fund and the fund of funds for startup, in that case there is another platform. If you want to take the DPIIT recognition, in that case also there is another platform. So you need to check all those platforms for multiple benefits. Okay, I will share you the list of all the benefits. For availing those benefits, you need to apply on the multiple platforms. Okay, also after getting the DPIIT recognition, all the things will be available on that particular one platform itself. That is when you are going to log in on the DPIIT portal. In that case, you will got certain benefits on that regarding investors fund, regarding certain fund of funds. But for availing the banking benefits and for availing the MSME benefits, for availing the DIC, that is capital subsidy related benefits, in that case, you need to log in on another portal. Is that okay, Premji? Now, benefits of MSME registration. First one is our easy funding, because there is certain interest subvention is also available for the MSME registered entities. 1 or 2 or 3% interest subvention is also available. There is capital subsidies also available in case of MSME. So this is also one benefit you can take from the MSME registration. Ease of doing business in case of MSME registration. अगर आपका कोई data है, that person needs to pay the amount within 45 days in case you have the certificate of MSME. But एक यहाँ पे negative point भी है, if you have the MSME certificate, you also need to make the payment to your client or your creditor within 45 days. Okay, in that case you can take the benefit of that MSME, because ये ease of doing business भी दे रहा है, easy clearance of fund भी दे रहा है, required under legal law. If there is any amount pending and if you want to file a suit in the commercial code or consumer code. In that case, there is requirement that your business is to be registered with the MSME. And if your business is registered with the MSME, in that case, you will get certain priorities for the litigation part as well. Maintain the working capital flow in business. In case if you are registered as a MSME, micro, small and medium enterprises, in that case, multiple cash credit overdraft facilities are available with a very lower amount of interest rate. So you can take the benefit of that as well. And for the MSME, you can take all the benefits from your banking itself. There is no requirement for the any government portal. You can directly go to your bank and present your certificate. They will suggest you the schemes. Also, if you want to take any subsidy, that means if you are going to establish a new unit, if you are going to buy a planter machine for your unit, in that case, there are certain subsidies also available up to 25%, 35% in case of rural area and 25% in case of urban area. Or to claim that particular subsidy benefit, in that case, there is requirement that your business is registered with the MSME portal. We'll also share you the complete detailing regarding the subsidy point, but these are the basic benefits of the MSME registration, micro, small and medium enterprises registration. Now, कुछ पॉइंट मैंने बिजनेस ग्रोथ मॉडल से डाले हैं कि हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू कंसल्ट टू अवर क्लाइंट, हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू गाइड टू अवर क्लाइंट इन केस इफ देयर इज एनी न्यू आइडिया विद दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्सन। और एज अ प्रोफेशनल, अगर हम भी हमारी प्रैक्टिस में कोई नई चीज स्टार्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, इन दैट केस हाउ वी कैन कन्वर्ट अवर आइडिया इनटू अवर बिजनेस। ओके, बिकॉज मैं कई सारे यंगस्टर्स से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ, कई सारे यंगस्टर्स को मैं यहाँ पर कंसल्टेंसी प्रोवाइड करवाता हूँ, और अप्रोक्स 70-80 प्लस बिजनेस अभी लास्ट 1.5 ईयर के अंदर हम लोगों ने एस्टेब्लिश करवाए हैं। तो उसके लिए हम लोगों ने जो टेक्निक्स काम में लिए, किस तरह से यंगस्टर्स को गाइड किया है, कौन कौन से प्रैक्टिकल चीजें हम लोगों ने काम में ली है, वो कंप्लीट प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस मैं आपके साथ शेयर कर रहा हूँ इस वेबिनार में। ओके, और वो यंगस्टर्स के आइडिया को किस तरह से मॉडिफाई किया, किस तरह से उनको बेनिफिट दिलवाया, और किस तरह से उन्होंने बिजनेस में एक नई ग्रोथ अचीव की है। सो नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस फ्रॉम 2 points. One is how to convert your idea into your business, and second, how you are going to expand your existing business. Because if your existing client is there and your existing client is into the manufacturing industry, हो सकता है आपके existing client का जो proprietor हो, जो partner हो, जो director हो, 50 ईयर का हो, 55 ईयर का हो, 60 का हो, 70 का हो, उसके जो सन होंगे, उसकी जो यंग जनरेशन है, वो आज की जनरेशन है, दे आर गोइंग टू हैंडल द बिजनेस। If you are going to consult to the youngsters, in that case you can convince them for certain modification in the business process. You can suggest certain expansion in the business process, and expansion can be horizontal or vertical. And if you are going to provide this particular type of consultancy, and due to your consultancy, if the business grow rapidly, in that case this is also a positive signal for you as well. So now we are going to discuss on 2 points: how to convert the idea into the business, and second one is how to expand the running business. And after that, we are going to discuss on certain other benefits, other schemes which is also available under the startup in MSME. So first we'll discuss about the idea to execution technique, how you can convert your idea into your execution. Analyze your idea, apply problem and the solution technique. If your client is coming to you as well, if you have any idea, you just need to analyze your idea in 360-degree manner. And after that, you need to analyze the problem and the solution thereof. And based on that, you just need to prepare the complete proposal, complete project, so that you can identify that what are the benefits available in that particular project. Based on the above analysis, start research on demand and supply. मेरे पास आइडिया है, प्रॉब्लम भी सॉल्व करता है, पर अगर मुझे यही पता नहीं होगा कि उसके मार्केट में डिमांड है या फिर नहीं है, इन दैट केस हाउ आई कैन सेल दैट प्रोडक्ट इन द मार्केट. So for that purpose, there is requirement that I need to do the research for the demand and supply, that what is the demand of that particular product in the market and what is the supply of this particular product market, how much quantity I can supply into the market. I need to identify or analyze that point as well. There is no any negative list is available regarding the MSME माइक्रो, कोई भी ऐसी नेगेटिव लिस्ट यहाँ पर अवेलेबल नहीं है. Construction industry is also covered under the service sector, and if you are going to read out the specific definition of the micro, small and medium enterprises, that is manufacturing enterprises and enterprises rendering the services, this will be covered. But in case of works contract, you need to submit the past performance. Performance related submission is required, and also you need to prove and submit certain future works contracts as well with your application for taking the benefits of the MSME. Now, create group of 3 people for discussion and certain fruitful results for startup, for establishing a new entity, for presenting your idea, for problem solution technique. There is requirement to create a group, because जब 2 से 3 लोग होंगे, in that case they can discuss on that particular idea, that particular problem, that particular solution, और उससे जो फाइन रिजल्ट होगा वो हमारे सामने निकल करके आएगा. If there is any similar industry is in market, in that case we need to research on the data of that particular industry. Okay, अगर हमारे पास में कोई existing industry ही वैसी available है, in that case we can take the data of that industry and we can analyze the research, the demand and supply, the manufacturing process, how we can modify, how we are better with comparison to that particular existing industry. All those things we need to analyze in this particular segment. Prepare the complete budget for starting the business. This is also required. मैंने आपको बोला था, when you are going for the seed fund scheme, in that case you need to provide your complete budget as well. So your budget will be completely based on your proposal, on your project, on your idea. इस बजट के अंदर सारे एक्सपेंडिचर, कैपिटल एज वेल एज रेवेन्यू एज वेल एज इनिशियल stage expenditure should be classified in a proper way. Find out the various government schemes for starting the business. Then after you need to go for the various schemes, that is the startup fund scheme, seed fund scheme, fund for funds scheme. All those schemes will discuss on multiple schemes which is available in the market. So you need to choose the relevant scheme from all those schemes available in the market for your industry, for your business. Select the relevant scheme based on your budget and apply for the funding. Try to promote your idea on social media platform, that is also required. If your client is planning to start a new business, in that case you need to suggest to that client that you need to develop one website, you need to promote your website on the Google, you need to start the branding. This type of investment is required, because when you are going for taking the benefit of a startup MSME, in that case they are also going to demand the URL of your website, and they are going to check the complete analytics of your website. So you need to be ready with that you have the complete branding, you have the complete website. मैं आपको ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, there is requirement of manufacturing process, there is requirement that your product is available in the market, but your website should suggest that what you are going to start in future. अपकमिंग में आपकी कौन कौन सी चीजें आने वाली है, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट योर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस, व्हाट इज द फेजेस ऑफ योर बिजनेस, ऑल दोस थिंग्स यू नीड टू प्रेजेंट इन द बिजनेस. और वो वेबसाइट इतनी एक्साइटिंग होनी चाहिए जिसको देख करके लगेगा समथिंग न्यू इज कमिंग इनटू द मार्केट फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर वेबसाइट. क्योंकि सोशल मीडिया का जमाना है, आज मैं मुंह से कुछ भी बोलूं होगा तो उस चीज की वर्थ नहीं आएगी. Based on the above facts, we are going to start our discussion on how to decide fund requirement to start a new business. अपन ने बोल दिया कि we need to prepare the budget and we need to apply for the funding. Then how we are going to decide the amount of the funding, that how much amount I required for starting my business. So based on your budget, you need to identify the initial cost of business. Because based on your budget you need to have the idea that this is my expenditure on account of my physical infrastructure, this is my expenditure on account of my plant and machinery, this is my expenditure on account of the manufacturing process, this is my initial cost. Initially you need to make the expenditure on the branding, promotion, research and development as well. You need to prepare the budget for that. Physical infrastructure expenses is there, so you need to prepare the complete chart, complete working estimated expenditure based on the facts, based on the market prices, and you need to submit the same. Now we are going to discuss on various schemes which is available for a new business. अभी तक हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट केस में केवल दो स्कीम पे डिस्कशन किया था, सीड फंड एंड फंड्स फॉर फंड्स. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस on multiple schemes which is available in the market. Before moving ahead to the multiple schemes available in the market, I just required confirmation from your side that अभी तक जो भी हम लोगों ने डिस्कशन किया, this is clear in your mind and you are thinking that this session, this webinar is useful for you. जो लोग रिकॉर्डिंग सुनेंगे वो लोग भी प्लीज यस बोल दें कि दिस इज ओके और क्लियर. So I just want confirmation from your side. Now, there are certain schemes available for the startup and MSME. The first scheme is your Startup Leadership Program. The Startup Leadership Program is a renowned global training program for leaders, founders of the today's world who want to become a startup CEO. So there are certain programs which is also available on the Startup India platform, and these training sessions are also freely available on the Startup India platform. You just need to create your login credentials. If you have idea and if you want to start your business in future, you just need to prove that I want to start my future business and this is my idea. You just need not to completely present your idea. You just need to give your briefs of the business idea, and then after you can enroll for that course which is specifically organized for the startups. Okay, in that case there are 10 classes which is available, and with that 10 classes you can get a very good idea about the startup business with all the funding schemes, all the startup idea, how you are going to grow, multiply your business, how you can initiate the business proceedings, all the things will be there in that startup leadership program. So if you want to consult your client and if you want to start your own business, then this is highly recommended from my side that you should go with this course. Then Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. This is the scheme which is funding schemes available for the startup and MSME both. Okay, you can go for that. There are three schemes are there. In case of Shishu, the limit is up to 50,000 rupees. In case of Kishore, there is 5 lakh rupees, and in case of Tarun, you can get the loan to 10 lakh rupees. That is what is the scheme which is available under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. There is no requirement of any collateral security. If to fulfill the working capital requirement of your business, you can go with this scheme, that is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, and this scheme is available in all the banks. Okay, कई बार क्या होता है हम लोग बैंक के पास में जाते हैं अप्लाई करने के लिए, although I am not dealing with the funding work, okay, but if you are going to provide the consultancy regarding the funding to your client as well, in that case कई बार बैंक के पास में जाते हैं, बैंक मना करती है कि we are not going to provide the particular Mudra Yojana में loan. Okay, in that case we can present the circular which is issued by the government of India regarding this Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, और उसके अंदर लिखा हुआ है कोई भी बैंक इससे मना नहीं कर सकता है. So you just need to say to the branch manager, sir प्लीज इसको मुझे आप राइटिंग में दे दो कि आप प्रधानमंत्री मुद्रा योजना के अंदर लोन नहीं दे रहे हो based on my criteria. First requirement is that you should fulfill the criteria. You have one business, you have MSME registration, your business is existing, there is turnover in your business. All are the prerequisites of taking the loan under Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. And after fulfilling all these conditions, bank will grant you the loan. So for that purpose, there is requirement that you need to have the idea that what are the schemes which is available under the market to arrange the fund. Next, CGT MSE, that is Credit Guaranteed Trust Fund. In this scheme, also there is no requirement of any collateral security. In this case, government is going to provide the guarantee to the bank. You can also go for this scheme, CGT MSc scheme. If you have a new establishment or if you have an existing establishment, you can take the benefit of this scheme as well for your funding requirement, for your working capital requirement. You can go with this particular scheme. Next, Samriddha scheme. This scheme is specifically applicable in case of innovation, development, growth. In case of if your product is falling under the capacity or category of innovation, development, or growth, in that case you can go with that Samrit scheme. For Samrit scheme, you just need to apply on the online portal, that is startup portal, and after registration you need to take print out of that application, and you need to submit that application to the bank for the funding requirement. So this is available to provide the funding support and the fiscal initiative for the investments startups. So this is also a benefit which is available in case of Samrit scheme, and this scheme will be applicable in case your product falling under the definition of innovation, development, or growth. Market development assistance scheme. This scheme is very much relevant. Okay, because if your client is going to start one new business, establish one new business, to promote the product and to promote the services in the market, your client required to participate in certain exhibitions, certain trade fairs, okay, certain सेंटर्स ओके एंड फॉर दैट हो सकता है उसको इंटरनेशनली भी वहां पर जाना पड़े और देयर इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ सर्टेन फंड for taking participation in that particular fair or exhibition. So government has one scheme, that is market development assistance. If you have one new establishment and for establishing your product or services into the market, if you are going to attend any exhibition, trade fair, or if you are going to organize any exhibition or trade fair, in that case government is going to provide you the market development assistance. इस केस में आपको गवर्नमेंट यहाँ पर मार्केट डेवलपमेंट असिस्टेंस जो है प्रोवाइड करवा देगी. Startup India initiatives, that is we had already discussed. If you have new idea, if you have company, LLP, or partnership firm, if you have problem solving idea, in that case you can go for the Startup India initiative. Next scheme is our Startup India seed fund scheme. We had already covered this scheme. Now relevant registrations. What are the relevant registrations here? First is your incorporation and formation of the entity. Apply for the startup. Apply for funding based on the projections. Try to take patent and trademark and start branding of your project on the Google platform. That is what is the relevant registration which is required. सो अभी तक हम लोगों ने जिन स्कीम के बारे में डिस्कस किया, दीज स्कीम्स आर अवेलेबल इन केस ऑफ न्यूली एस्टेब्लिश्ड एंटिटी, बट यू कैन टेक द बेनिफिट ऑफ द प्रधानमंत्री मुद्रा योजना एंड सीजीटी एमएससी स्कीम इन केस ऑफ योर एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस एज वेल. नाउ जब भी आपके पास में कोई क्लाइंट आता है, यंगस्टर्स आता है, इफ द क्लाइंट इज रिक्वायर्ड टू establish a new business, in that case always suggest that particular client that there is requirement of the logo, there is requirement of the trademark registration in your business, because initially बहुत छोटा अमाउंट की कॉस्टिंग यहाँ पर आएगी, but the result of that particular planning is very huge. Okay, suppose हमने यहाँ पर कुछ लोगो यूज किए हैं, बट टू कंसल्टेंसी एंड नेटवर्किंग प्राइवेट लिमिटेड का लोगो, ओसवाल मार्केटिंग का लोगो, होम्स ऑफ राजस्थान का लोगो, आई हैव यूज्ड दिस लोगो जस्ट फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन पर्पसेस, दैट जैसे ही आप इस लोगो को देख रहे हो आपको ये पता चल रहा है दिस इंडस्ट्री इज रिलेटेड टू द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी और लाइट से रिलेटेड ये इंडस्ट्री है. But when you are going to check this logo, you got that idea that this is a financial advisory services provider. यहाँ पर growth का indication है. When you are going to check this homes of Rajasthan, उस केस में आपको identify हो रहा है this industry is a furniture manufacturing industry. So this is the effect of the logo. So we need to suggest our client at the initial phase of business that you just need to design one logo, take the trademark registration of that particular logo, register that logo, register the word mark to the trademark IPO registry, so that in future your business will be the unique. कोई उस नेम का कोई कब्जा नहीं कर सके। आपके पास में एक यूनिक आइडिया होगा, आपके पास में एक यूनिक बिजनेस होगा, यू नीड टू गो विद दैट। So that is what is the benefit of the logo and the trademark. You need to take the same. सो सजेस्ट टू योर क्लाइंट, बहुत छोटा सा अमाउंट ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट है, बट यहां पर आपका बिजनेस आइडेंटिकल हो जाएगा। बिकॉज कई सारी पुरानी इंडस्ट्रीज है जिनके टर्नओवर 100 CR है, 500 CR है, बट दे हैव नो देयर लोगो। वो ये बोलते हैं कि हम हमारे नाम से पहचाने जाते हैं, देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ एनी लोगो फॉर वो। बट नाउ the complete criteria for doing the business has completely changed. So we need to consult our client accordingly that these are the benefits of the logo. Your business will be identical. If you are going to take the logo in future, कोई आपके बिजनेस के नाम के ऊपर कोई दूसरा बिजनेस रन नहीं कर पाएगा। आप बिजनेस के अंदर अपने प्रोडक्ट के केवल एकमात्र विक्रेता होंगे, केवल एकमात्र सेलर होंगे, केवल एकमात्र मैन्युफैक्चरर होंगे। You can take the benefit as well. So that is what is the technique we need to suggest. We need to consult with our client and register the logo and the trademark of the particular client. Now, अभी तक जो भी हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया that was completely related to a foreigner new entity. Now, if your client has an existing business, you are going for the audit, you are doing the GST work of that particular client, you are handling the MCA related compliances of the particular client, and while analyzing the manufacturing process of that particular industry, while analyzing the trading process of that particular industry, अगर आपने कुछ एनालिसिस करके उसको बताया कि यू कैन गो फॉर द horizontal expansion and the vertical expansion, in that case these are the benefits which is available for you. So this is also a good point, this is also a good criteria for the consultancy. Okay, so there are two type of expansions are there. As I know that you are a professional and you have the idea about the horizontal and the vertical expansion, I just briefly discuss on that. Horizontal expansion means I am going to manufacture a particular product of X and Y. ओके और उससे सिमिलर अगर मैं कोई यूनिट एस्टेब्लिश करता हूं, इफ आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट, दैट मींस सपोज आई एम डीलिंग इन द स्टील इंडस्ट्री, आई हैव द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस। अगर मैं उस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस में ही कुछ एक्सपांशन करता हूं, स्टील कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में मैं कोई काम जो है जॉब वर्क पे दे रहा था, इफ आई एम गोइंग टू डू द वर्क हिमसेल्फ नाउ, अगर मैं उसका काम खुद से चालू कर देता हूं, खुद से करना स्टार्ट कर देता हूं ड्यू टू माय एक्सपांशन, इन दैट केस दैट एक्सपांशन विल बी कॉल्ड एज द हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सपांशन। सपोज यू आर डूइंग द ऑडिट ऑफ एन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री, स्टील मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री, और आप जब उसकी बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स देख रहे हो, आपको एक ह्यूज अमाउंट मिल रहा है वहां पर जॉब वर्क एक्सपेंसेस का। आपने एनालिसिस किया कि अगर ये जॉब वर्क एक्सपेंसेस जो ये आउटसोर्स कर रहा है, अगर ये इंडस्ट्री खुद से प्लांट एंड मशीनरी एस्टेब्लिश करके खुद से करे, इन दैट केस फॉर एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ द प्लांट एंड मशीनरी दैट इंडस्ट्री इज गोइंग टू गेट द बेनिफिट ऑफ 25%, दैट इज कैपिटल सब्सिडी। विद दैट जो उसका जॉब वर्क का एक्सपेंडिचर आ रहा है उससे कम में उसका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्सपेंडिचर हो जाएगा। यहाँ पर एग्जिस्टिंग जो मैन पावर यहाँ पर आइडियल है उसको हम लोग उस प्रोसेस में काम में ले सकते हैं। To doing this particular type of analysis, if you are going to suggest your client that you should add the manufacturing process, one more manufacturing process in the industry itself and close the job work related work, so that that type of expansion will called as the horizontal expansion. ऑडिट करते समय हम कंप्लायंसेस देखते हैं, इज दैट कंप्लीटली ओके? विद चेकिंग द कंप्लायंसेस वी नीड टू चेक द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट, एनालाइज फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ सर्टेन एडिशंस, कि किस तरह से उसके बिजनेस में कुछ एड ऑन करवा सके। बिकॉज जब बात आती है चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट की, कोस्ट अकाउंटेंट की, कंपनी सेक्रेटरीज की, प्रोफेशनल्स की, एट दैट टाइम वी आर सेइंग दैट वी आर द ग्रोथ पार्टनर ऑफ द नेशन as well as we are the growth partner of our client. So we need to do the work in that particular way. Vertical expansion means if you are trying to start a completely new business, steel industry mein hai, and that particular client wants to start a textile business, in that case that type of expansion is called as the vertical expansion, and in that case there is requirement of fundings, there is requirement of certain benefits, government schemes, all those schemes can take the benefit, and in case of vertical expansion that industry will be treated as in a new industry. ओके क्योंकि वहां पर तो ऑल टुगेदर वो न्यू एक बिजनेस ही स्टार्ट करने जा रहा है, सो दैट विल बी इन अ कंप्लीटली सेपरेट सेगमेंट, देयर इज नो इश्यू विद दैट। So these two type of expansions are there, horizontal expansion and the vertical expansion. Now there are certain schemes available for the expansion or the existing industries. So we are going to start a discussion on all those schemes one by one. Now, first, credit linked subsidy scheme. That means अगर मेरे पास में कोई existing business है, suppose I have an existing business, I have a manufacturing process and I want to upgrade the technology of my manufacturing process. यहाँ पे मैं मेरे manufacturing process की टेक्नोलॉजी को अपग्रेड करना चाहता हूँ. Or for upgrading the technology, upgrading the manufacturing process, if there is requirement of any funding, in that case I can take the benefits of the funding from this credit linked subsidy schemes. सर मैं आप लोगों की स्कूल फिटिंग आज नहीं करने वाला हूं. ये सारी की सारी स्कीम्स की जो वेबसाइट्स है, आई विल शेयर यू द वेबसाइट. You just need to go on those particular type of websites and search for these type of schemes, and you need to check the application form, you need to check the documents required for taking the benefit of those applications. And while doing that particular exercise, if you found any issue, in that case you may connect with me over call or over WhatsApp. There is no issue with that. But ड्यू टू टैक्स ऑडिट सीजन, अगर 30 सितंबर तक आपके पास में टाइम नहीं है, इफ यू आर बिजी, देन आल्सो देयर इज नो इशू. यू कैन गो ओवर ऑन ऑल दीज वेबसाइट ऑन 1st of October, 2nd of October, or you can connect with me over WhatsApp. So for technology upgradation, for manufacturing process upgradation, if there is requirement of any fund, in that case this scheme is also available, and in that particular scheme you will get the subsidy 20%, 25% or 30% based on the nature of your industry. Multiplier grants scheme. This scheme will be specifically applicable in case of electronics and information technology aims of bringing together industrial academic institutions. That means अगर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक और इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी से रिलेटेड कोई इंडस्ट्री है एंड दे आर गोइंग टू कोलैबोरेट विद एनी एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन, एंड विद दैट कोलैबोरेशन दे आर गोइंग टू डू एनी रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटीज, इन दैट केस फॉर डूइंग दैट रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटीज, इफ देयर इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ एनी फंड, if there is requirement of any subsidy, in that case they can take the benefit of this multiplier grant scheme. They can arrange the fund from that scheme as well, because government wants that certain business industries are come up with the collaboration with the education institution, so that knowledge, the power of knowledge, and the knowledge, the power of practical experience, दोनों का अगर collaboration हो गया, इंडस्ट्री वाले के पास में प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस है एंड एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन के पास में नॉलेज है, अगर उन दोनों का कोलैबोरेशन हो गया, इन दैट केस फॉर डूइंग द रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटीज, दिस इज एन अ बेस्ट सोर्स फॉर R&D. So government has this particular scheme for R&D purposes. Startup field fund scheme we had already discussed. Now, venture capital assistance scheme. It is one of the most sought after government schemes for startup in the agricultural sector. Under this scheme, entrepreneurs can receive interest-free debt and coding. It allows them to cover up their working capital. The core focus of this scheme is on development of the agro industries. That means venture capital assistance scheme is applicable for the agriculture sector. Okay, specific focus is on agricultural sector. If you have client related to the agricultural produce, in that case you can suggest this particular scheme to the client for the funding. A fund of 10,000 crore was fixed by the government. Under this scheme, the fund provides INR 2,500 crore as interest-free debt financing to small and marginal farmers. That is what is the scheme which is also available in the market. Next, Stand Up India scheme. Stand Up India scheme is specifically applicable for ST, SC, and the women. In this scheme, they are going to provide the financial assistance to the SC, ST, and the women to initiate the new practices, to start new business, to support their existing business, to support the working capital requirement. This is the scheme available, which is Stand Up India scheme. But this scheme is specifically applicable in case of the new first-time entrepreneurs. Okay, if woman has certain first time entrepreneurs, because this scheme has the limited amount of fund, so first they are going to distribute the amount to the first time entrepreneurs, and then after, if there is any balance available in the in this corpus fund, in that case they can allot the amount to the existing but with new idea. Okay. Single point registration scheme, this scheme is also very much important case of startup and MSME, because as a business entrepreneur, if I want to take the benefits, if I want to take multiple tenders, in that case I need to log into the multiple portals for applying for the tenders. So government has come with this single point registration scheme in case of startup and in case of MSME. If you want to file the tenders, sir ध्यान से सुनना, for startup this scheme is also applicable. ओके अगर कोई एंटिटी रजिस्टर्ड है एमएसएमई के अंदर, और अगर वो इंडस्ट्री कोई टेंडर्स अप्लाई करती है, बार बार टेंडर्स अप्लाई करती है, इन दैट केस देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट टू गो ऑन द मल्टीपल वेबसाइट एंड अप्लाई फॉर द टेंडर. देयर इज सिंगल वेबसाइट, सिंगल विंडो इज अवेलेबल ऑन द स्टार्टअप पोर्टल एंड ऑन द एमएसएमई पोर्टल. दे जस्ट नीड टू सेलेक्ट दैट पर्टिकुलर पोर्टल एंड अप्लाई द टेंडर्स फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर वेबसाइट. देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ मल्टीपल registrations for applying the tender. So this is also a great initiatives of the government of India. So just confirm me once that all these schemes are okay in your mind. सर हम लोगों ने जो कवर किया है, हम लोगों ने बेसिक्स ऑफ स्टार्टअप कवर किया, बेसिक्स ऑफ एमएसएमई कवर किया, हाउ वी कैन कन्वर्ट अवर आइडिया इनटू एन बिजनेस, हमने वो भी कवर किया. व्हाट आर द स्कीम्स अवेलेबल अंडर स्टार्टअप, वी हैड कवर्ड द सेम. हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई फॉर द स्टार्टअप, दैट मींस द बेसिक्स ऑफ दैट स्टार्टअप हम लोगों ने उसके अंदर कवर किया. देन आफ्टर एमएसएमई में कौन कौन सी स्कीम्स अवेलेबल है, फंडिंग के लिए कौन कौन सी स्कीम्स अवेलेबल है, रजिस्ट्रेशन कौन कौन से रिक्वायर्ड है, ये सारी की सारी चीजें अभी तक हम लोगों ने कवर कर ली है. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस on certain FAQ, frequently asked questions on account of governmental schemes, and then after we are going for the practical tour of the websites. Okay, so just confirm me once that अभी तक जो भी हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया, this is okay for you. One more request, you may like this video and you may subscribe this channel so that all the taxation related updates, the legal updates you can get on your mobile phone. FAQ on the list of government schemes which is available in the India. What are the some of the government schemes available for the startup? So Startup India scheme, Stand Up India scheme, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, and these schemes are available. What is the Startup India scheme? So हम लोगों ने उसके ऊपर डिटेल्ड में डिस्कशन किया है. If you have idea, if you have new business, then in that case you can go for the startup registration. Atal Innovation Mission is also applicable in case of innovation in innovative schemes. Stand Up India scheme हम लोगों ने बोला था, जब फर्स्ट एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं in case of SC, ST and the women, they can take the benefit of the funding from this fund. Pradhan Mudra Yojana scheme, we had also discussed on that particular scheme as well. So government scheme for startup, so हम लोगों ने two biggest scheme के बारे में डिस्कस किया था, स्टार्टअप सीड फंड एंड फंड फॉर फंड्स. How can I get the governmental funding from the Startup India? So for that purpose, you just need to go to the website of the startup, and then after you can take the benefits. How Indian government is helping to the Indian startups. So there are multiple funding schemes are available. There are multiple collaborations with the investors also available. There are multiple exhibitions, trade fairs are also available for the startup who are eligible for the Startup India scheme. So company LLP partnership form is can take the benefit for the Startup India scheme. Do startup need GST? So if the turnover is up to 40 lakh, in that case, there is no requirement of any startup registration. But if the turnover is in excess of 40 lakh rupees, in that case, there is requirement of the startup registration. That is what is the thing. Now, point is that, sir, how we can go for the startup registration. So for that purpose, you just need to log into the Startup India. जैसा कि मैंने initially बताया था, you just need to log into the Startup India website. After login, you just need to create your login credentials. Okay, उस वेबसाइट पे जाने के बाद वहां पे आपके आ जाएगा ऑप्शन रजिस्टर नाउ. जैसे ही आप लोग रजिस्टर नाउ पे क्लिक करोगे, you need to register through your mail ID. After registration, you need to submit the application form. Okay, in that application form, you just need to submit the KYC documents. You just need to, if you have the GST registration, you need to submit the GST registration, basic KYC of the directors. You need to submit the bank account related details, and as well you need to present your complete idea. This is the most important thing. बाकी उसके रजिस्ट्रेशन में कुछ भी नहीं है. जैसे ही आप अपना आइडिया प्रेजेंट कर लोगे, वो वहां पर आपको सबमिट करने का ऑप्शन दे देगा. You need to submit your idea in certain phased way. You first need to identify the problem. You first need the solution of that particular problem. That is our idea will going to help solving that particular problem in that way. That is one of the thing. There are particular form is available. You need to feed these details. This will be completely based on your proposal. This will be completely based on your projection. This will be completely based on your analytics. After submitting the application, within 4 to 5 days, the start officer is going to check all those things, and after that, if the person is going to satisfy, in that case, they will issue the startup's registration. And if that person is not going to satisfy with that, in that case, first they are going to send you the query. Okay, and if you are not going to provide the sufficient reply within the sufficient amount of time, in that case, they are going to reject your application. This is also my suggestion to you. When you are going for the startup registration, prepare the project, prepare the analysis in such a way that the particular person that idea about your complete proposal is a complete business idea. Because एक बार भी application reject होती है, rejection, if you are going to reapply for that particular startup application, in that case it is very difficult to take the registration. बिकॉज फिर क्या होता है, वो हर पैरामीटर को चेक करता है, हर पैरामीटर को सेलेक्ट करता है कि पहले आपका ये बिजनेस आइडिया था, तो आपने ये किया, हाउ यू सॉल्व दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम. और हो सकता है जिस जुडिक्शन का हो वो आपको फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन के लिए भी बुला ले, फिजिकल कम्युनिकेशन के लिए भी बुला ले. दैट इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. Present your idea in such a way that the particular officer get the idea about your project in short. Okay, so that is what is the for the registration for the start. Various documents required for the, just a single second. So now स्टार्टअप रजिस्ट्रेशन गाइड हम लोगों ने कवर कर दिया. एक्चुअली वो फाइल वहां पर दूसरी खुली हुई थी. आई जस्ट चेंज द फाइल बिकॉज उसके अंदर नीचे जो वेरियस वेबसाइट्स है उसकी डिटेलिंग नहीं थी. सो फॉर दैट पर्पस, now there is one more scheme is available regarding the capital subsidy. If your client is going to establish a new plant and machinery, in that case there is a subsidy available of 25% to 30% for buying that particular plant and machinery, or for establishing that plant and machinery in the unit. That is what is also available. Okay, for that purpose, you need to take the approval from the DIC, the jurisdictional officer, and after that, you need to apply for the loan to the particular bank. Okay, so regarding that subsidy, if you are not dealing in that particular work, in that case, you need to select that person who is dealing in that work in a perfect way. Okay, as a chartered accountant, as a professional, I just suggest you that you need to analyze the financials. You need to suggest to your client that based on your financial, based on your manufacturing process, you can modify these things, you can implement these new idea, and based on that these are the benefits available, और जो benefits आप help कर सकते हो, that is okay, and then after for that you need to give the opportunity to others as well. Okay, so who is dealing in the subsidy work regular basis, you need to connect with that person, because subsidy की approval लेके आना भी अपने आप में, जिनकी डेली वहां पर लाइसेंसिंग होती है वो लोग उसको इजीली कर सकते हैं। हाँ, अगर एक दो केसेस हम लोग भी करेंगे तो कोई इश्यू नहीं है, बट हर काम हम लोग नहीं कर सकते। फॉर दैट पर्पस आई एम गोइंग टू टेल दैट। ओके, बिकॉज हम लोग जब फिजिकल सेमिनार भी लेते हैं इस टॉपिक पे, बिकॉज आई एम ऑल्सो गोइंग टू टेक सर्टेन फिजिकल सेमिनार ऑन द कंप्लीट बिजनेस ग्रोथ मॉडल। ओके, in that particular session we are going to deliberate the complete detailing of the business growth model, that how you are going to analyze the financial statement, and on the basis of the financial statement how you can provide the business consultancy, how you can provide the business growth consultancy, how you can multiply the business area of that particular industry. That is what is consultancy we are also going to provide in the physical seminars, because in webinars this is not possible। उसके लिए इंटरेक्शन जब होता है ना तो और ज्यादा मजा आता है। नेक्स्ट, sir, I am going to share with you certain list of certain websites. This is my humble submission to you. I will share you this PDF file. There is no issue with that. Your registered mail ID, and मैंने यहाँ पर हाईलाइट किया हुआ है, you just need to click on that particular portal. You will directly reach to the particular गवर्नमेंटल पोर्टल। वहां पर जाकर के आपको रीड आउट करना है कि ये बेनिफिट्स, ये स्कीम्स यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है, एंड हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू टेक द बेनिफिट ऑफ ऑल दोज बेनिफिट्स, हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू गो फॉर द रजिस्ट्रेशन, ऑल दीज थिंग्स विल बी देयर। So this is my request to you, just go to these website, and I am freely saying you that if you are busy now in audits, in that case you can log in sites after 30th September. There is no issue, and if you found any issue you can connect with me over call. So one portal is available, that is Jan Samarth website. Okay, and if you want any governmental sponsored schemes, that is portal for credit linked governmental schemes. Credit linked governmental scheme means if I want any upgradation in my manufacturing process, and for that purpose if I require the funding, in that case I just need to log in on that particular website. There is a login option, I need to create the user credentials, and based on the user credentials I need to apply for that particular scheme based on the submission of the documentation, based on the submission of the expenditure of the particular upgradation, and what is the revenue in next 4 to 5 years. We need to provide that projection as well in that particular website. So this is our first website. Second, Startup India registration. startupindia.gov.in। कब से हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि we need to apply for the startup? In that case there is a website, and this website is available। जैसे ही आप इस लिंक पे क्लिक करोगे you will directly move to the Startup India website, और उस वेबसाइट पे आप जो है वहां पर अपने लॉगिन क्रेडेंशियल क्रिएट करके you can go for the particular रजिस्ट्रेशन। और रजिस्ट्रेशन के डॉक्यूमेंट्स मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बता दिए हैं, प्रोसेस मैंने आप लोग ऑलरेडी बता दिया है। देयर इज जस्ट वन रिक्वायरमेंट दैट देयर शुड बी दम इन योर प्रोजेक्ट। आपके प्रोजेक्ट में दम होना चाहिए। इन दैट केस यू कैन इजीली गो फॉर द स्टार्टअप। यहाँ आपको मार्केट एक्सेस भी मिल जाएगा। All the things will be there. Schemes and policies. If you require the funding, in that case you need to click here. You will get the investor funding options. But for all those, for taking all those benefits, the first requirement is that you need to go for the startup registration. If you want any capital subsidy, अभी मैंने बोला था कि if your client is going to buy or establish a plant and machinery in the industry, in that case there is requirement to take the capital subsidy, and for taking the capital subsidy you need to log into the mymsme.gov.in website. In that particular website you need to apply for the subsidy. After that you need to submit the document in the relevant DIC, and also you need to submit the approval to the particular bank so that you will get the subvention as well। अभी हम लोग बोल रहे थे फॉर टेकिंग द बेनिफिट्स। of the income tax exemption, and for carry forwarding of the losses there is requirement of DPIIT recognition. So there is website dpiit.gov.in. You need to log in on that particular website, और जैसे ही आप इस particular website पे log in करोगे, after that you need to apply, होम बटन पे क्लिक करोगे तो आपके पास में यहाँ पर ऑनलाइन सर्विसेज के अंदर आपको लॉगिन का ऑप्शन मिल जाएगा, एंड देन आफ्टर यू नीड टू क्रिएट द लॉगिन क्रेडेंशियल्स, एंड देन आफ्टर यू नीड टू अप्लाई फॉर द particular DPIIT recognition based on the submission of the documents. हम लोग बोलते हैं एमएसएमई में रजिस्ट्रेशन करना है, तो msme.gov.in वेबसाइट है, यहाँ पर यू कैन लॉग इन, यू कैन रजिस्टर, यू कैन गेट द उद्यम आधार सर्टिफिकेट, you can also get the various benefits which is available under the MSME credit linked scheme, the CGT SME, the Mudra Yojana. All these schemes related benefits are also available on this MSME scheme as well. Now, what is the basic purpose of taking the loan? मैं क्यों लूं loan? So, to start the business using seed fund for business expansion, to invest in new tools, technology, equipment, cover working capital requirement, to procure the raw material, stock up new inventory, to spend on marketing and promotion. All these requirements are there for getting the loan. Okay, all these requirements to getting the loan. So this is the complete purpose to get the loan. Okay, डिस्कस अबाउट बेसिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स रिक्वायर्ड फॉर टेकिंग लोन. सो जब भी कोई लोन के लिए हम लोग जाते हैं, देयर इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ बेसिक केवाईसी डॉक्यूमेंट्स, देयर इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट, देयर इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ सर्टेन collateral security related details, and if there is no collateral security related detail, in that case there is no requirement of the collateral security. These are the basic documents. वैसे लोन के रिलेटेड अपने को कुछ भी बात करने की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, बिकॉज बैंक वाले खुद ही पीछे पड़े हैं कि आप ले लो लोन. ओके, सो in our today's webinar जो हमने discussion start किया था on the startup and MSME, we had started with the basic terms of the startup. What do you mean by that particular startup? What are the benefits which is available under the startup? How you can go for the registration of the startup? How you are going to present your idea? What do you mean by that micro, small, and medium enterprises? How you are going to register for that particular portal? What are the benefits available for the MSME, that is micro, small, and medium enterprises? How you are going to business? How you are going to convert your idea into your business? How you can expand your existing business, that is horizontal and vertically? What are the schemes available for the existing business? And we had also covered the practical tour of various websites. I had shared you 5 to 6 websites in this particular PDF file. Okay, you just need to click on that, you will move to the website directly. You need to log in, you just need to create the registration particulars and check the schemes. जो भी schemes हमने आज इस webinar के अंदर discuss की है, all those schemes will be available on this particular portal. So just confirm me once that each and everything is okay for you, and if you have any question, any doubt, any query, then you may comment in the chat box. I am here to solve your queries. And if there is no queries, in that case, if any query for future, we may connect over call, we may connect over WhatsApp. Okay. I am also available on my Instagram, Facebook, and on your LinkedIn. You can check my profile at that page as well. So just comment me once that if there is any queries pending, then just comment, and if there is no query, then we are going to sign out for today's session. I suppose there is no queries pending, so we are going to sign out for our today's session. Thank you everyone for the patience learning. Thank you everyone for the time and this busy schedule in this particular tax audit season. आप लोगों ने ये वाला टाइम दिया. Yes, Kiran ji, you will get the PPT on your registered mail ID. Definitely, you will get the PPT as well as you will get the recording. Recording and PPT both will be shared on your registered mail ID. You will get these things by tomorrow evening. I just request to everyone that आप लोगों के सबके पास में WhatsApp पे लिंक आया है. You all have received the WhatsApp link for joining this particular session. I am waiting for your feedbacks for our today's session on the WhatsApp. Okay, so whatever will be your suggestion, whatever will be your feedback for our today's session, you can comment same on the WhatsApp. Okay, so thank you for the patience learning for your time for our today's webinar. If you have any question, if you have any doubt in future, you may connect with me over WhatsApp. Thank you. We'll meet you soon in another webinar. Thank you all.